Aries. This is the seventh one.
Yes, it is.
All right. Are we at 1,000?
No, we are not.
Oh, I guess tonight everybody's hanging out with Corn Pop.
Corn Pop's a bad
Bad boys. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on for you for love this week. Your first card that you did get is the Queen of Pentacles in reversed. So you're not feeling nurtured. You're not feeling like the nurturing, though, of the values that you have to offer, or you're not offering much and somebody's calling you out on it. And it feels almost like it's something, well, I mean, this is a very intense time for you. I know that there's a lot of trying to figure out to maintain and hold a lot in your life right now with all these Saturn, Pluto direct, and this full moon is in Aries in your sign with a Mars retrograde and Chiron. So it almost feels like maybe everything's off, everything's not in the direction that you want. But I think that you need to pay attention to the balance of relationships of like, if somebody's not being and showing up with value to you, are you doing the same to them? I think you have to look at that. You're in a mirror reflection time. You get the Ace of Pentacles as your overall challenge here. So I would say that, yeah, the challenge is I think that you want this ultimate great, experience of value and quality and physicality. But I think that there's issues with, either, Queen of Pentacles also is, she knows her value and her worth. So maybe you don't know your value and your worth and you're not doing anything about it and you want to go to this great place. But if you're having self-worth issues, or if you look at your partner without a lot of self-worth, like they're not going to want to go there either. They're going to feel that. You're in a gnarly relationship week with the full moon. And with squares to Saturn, with Mars retrograde, and with the full moon on Chiron, there's definitely, something physical here, feeling off. Chiron moon, full moon, that's weird. It feels like Quasimodo, right? It's like the eyeballs are off, the face is off, like it just, the Ace of Water, Ace of Cups reversed. So I think overall it's like the cup is not fully filled. They're reflowing with the fresh water of, the Holy Grail. So the emotional energy is definitely a miss from it. It's like a cup half empty instead of half full here. The shadow here is obsessed, though, with trying to get it to this ultimate place. But when does the line to stop that? Mercury and Scorpio is trying to help you understand the boundaries here. And the opposition to Uranus and Taurus is if it's not moving forward into the ultimate and you're stuck in the figuring out of the obsession of figuring out if it can, and it's not showing that, and it's leaving you somewhat empty. And Queen of Pentacles, it manifests. When it's reversed, it doesn't. It's like something's really off in the manifesting of where it's trying to go next. With Ace of Pentacles upright is the challenge. The reason why that Queen of Pentacles came up is the Knight of Swords. It almost like feels like the only way to fix this is to rush in to save the day, or rush something really fast. But you got to have that value, and that other person has to want that too. But it definitely is coming to where there might be a moment this week where you have to feel like this thing might rush into an out of control position that needs to be saved. Or do you feel the value is there to even jump in and save it or not? Like, the Knight of Swords will do it definitely for the excitement, but if there's no payment or it's just doing it, usually it doesn't do it. There's going to be some sort of payoff. And you pulled the Beware reversed, so I'd say I don't think there's anything to be scared of, but I would say that you shouldn't take it lightly when there's something that doesn't feel full emotionally refreshed, or it's not fully emotionally there. That you should become more aware instead of beware of that. There's nothing to be scared of here. I just feel like it's something that's not just moving where it needs to go. I'm trying to understand whether it's definitely an emotional thing and it's definitely a value or self-worth thing or physical. There's a lot of physicality here. Your overall card is the air element. So communicating is your way through this, and being honest, though, in all ways of communication, identifying communicatively where the relationship's going, and then identifying exactly where is it going in the world and exactly precisely where it's going. I think that there's an issue with precise accuracy of defining it all here, and that's a lot of the problem. Your dice here are North Node in the 5th of Cancer. So I think, it's important for you to aim if you can emotionally embody love fully this week, instead of keep focusing on a controlled state of how things should look and be done. I think that you need to you're either full flashed going into the emotional embodiment of love, or you're playing this like, which would be the worst thing to do, playing this like it should look like this and the world should work like this and the rules say and blah, 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 blah. Or acting like too old. South Node Capricorn in the 11th, but are you acting like an old fucking I know it all and not a young, fun, emotional? I'm going to use an example like when Tom Cruise, when he was for Katie Holmes, jumping on fucking the couch for her. It's like, why aren't you doing that? I'm not telling you to be Tom Cruise. I'm just saying that it's an interesting analogy that, are you doing that?
Yeah, and it's like, look who's showing up for you. Look who's standing next to you. But at the same time, you can't allow yourself to be pushed over when there are certain situations that you want to have and that you want to achieve. It's almost like you need to kind of draw the line in the sand, so to speak, and say, no, enough is enough. Are you on this side or are you on that side? Are you with me or are you in the past? It's those situations where you have to have your own power, that you have to have that own will and the own strength to kind of say and do and get what it is that you want. The universe can put things in front of you, but are you actually going to grab them? Universe can put people in situations next to you, but are they really going to stand there for the test of time? And I think that's those decisions and those outcomes that you need to look at going forward.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I think that it's about drawing the understandings and the boundary lines, and there's nothing to sacrifice. And there's something with that Ace of Cups reversed and with the Ace of Pentacles as the challenge. It would be like in the overalls, Ace of Cups reversed. It's like it's trying to get to this great emotional and physical place, but it's not. So what is that issue? And getting very clear communication wise, that communication card came out, nailing it down, nailing specifically what is it, and learning to allow that expression out. Because I think that there's a self-worth issue with Aries here with Queen of Pentacles reversed. It's like maybe not knowing how to be abundant with it either, and needing to communicate it and let that know, and we can figure this out together to make it abundant. It takes being vulnerable, which I think is very difficult for Aries right now and always has been, but they can be. But when it comes to things that they value in themselves or admitting that they're not the best at it, yeah, it can be hard.